What is going on, guys? What is up? I want to give my review, thoughts, and opinions of Royal Rumble 2017 last night. Um, I'll give my review match by match, but as a whole, I thought the Royal Rumble was a good show. I thought it was a good show, and I thought it was enjoyable. I know a lot of people either hated this Royal Rumble and said that this is one of the worst Royal Rumbles, but let's be honest, wrestling fans say that this is the worst WrestleMania or this is the worst that every year. Anyway, and then there was something just kind of split between the middle, was just kind of like, eh. Um, I thought it was a good Rumble. I did not see the pre-show because I don't care about those. But first up, we had Charlotte versus Bailey. I actually missed this match just for the simple fact that I had a bunch of friends over, and by the time I left my apartment to bring him up, the match was like done and just ordered pizza and everything else. So I ended up missing that match. But Charlotte won. I did catch her at the last, like maybe a couple seconds of her getting the finisher in and finishing Bailey. Charlotte won. Knew that was going to happen. Then we get not Randy Orton, Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens for the Universal title. No DQ, no disqualification match. I thought this was a good match. I knew somewhere in this match that there was going to be some sort of distraction or someone was going to interfere when they made this a no DQ, like literally a week prior to the pay per view. I kind of expected someone was going to interfere. That person ended up being Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman just destroying Roman Reigns, throwing him through the table, then doing a running power slam through the regular table. Owens takes advantage of that, covers Roman, gets the pin and the win. Shocking, because I thought for a fact that Roman Reigns was going to win. I thought he was for sure going to win. He could still very well win the Universal title at Fastlane, but as of right now, Kevin Owens still your Universal Champion. Um, One thing I will say about Roman Reigns, I know a lot of people hate him. A lot of wrestling fans just they despise Roman Reigns. Um, Roman Reigns is, I would probably say, since Roman Reigns had came back from his from the doghouse, his scrutiny of him failing that drug test. Since he came back, Roman Reigns has been beatable. They haven't booked Roman Reigns to just be this huge, this unbeatable juggernaut where he just beats everyone. Roman Reigns has been booked to be beatable. From Finn Balor to last night's pay per view, Roman Reigns is being booked to be beatable, not unbeatable. And I like that. That's where they need to go. And I don't think a lot of fans are paying attention to that. They need to look a little bit closer. Roman Reigns has been being booked since he came back from his scrutiny. He's been booked to be beatable. Yeah, he got beat Rusev and got the U.S. title. No one really cares about that. But like I said, but that was still a good match. Cruiserweight title match. I thought this was a good match. I paid attention to this match. I thought it was a good match. I think this was probably the water cooler match for the fans in the arena, and I thought they got a pretty decent reaction. I don't think it was a pin drop in that arena. By the way, which the arena was huge, over like 50,000 people were in that arena, and it just looked great on television. I'm like, you guys need to have a WrestleMania here at the Astrodome. Because if you did, it'll look fantastic on television to have a WrestleMania at the Astrodome. That'd be awesome. Um, but King of the Indies, Neville, Adrian Neville wins the cruiserweight title. It was the right choice. He's the right guy that division needs. A legitimate, heel, a legitimate, you know, athlete. Nothing against Rich Swann, because Rich Swann to me is a great person, has great personality, character, ability, but they need some beef in that division, and Adrian Neville is the shot in the arm that it needs in the right direction. God can only imagine once they add Austin Aries to the mix and whomever else, but they need some more recognizable faces in that division. Then we get on to the WWE World Heavyweight title match between AJ Styles and John Cena. This was, again, a solid match between these two. If these guys went at it one more time at WrestleMania, I would not mind at all. But I will say that a lot of people that complained about John Cena winning, I really can't complain because you knew this was going to happen. When AJ Styles beat John Cena clean at SummerSlam, won the world title, you knew at some point whether AJ Styles was a champion for a day, 6 months, a year, you knew John Cena was going to get his win back because it's John Cena. It's what the WWE does. And I said in my predictions video of the Royal Rumble that honestly, even though it may be predictable and it may not be the outcome I would want, I wouldn't be as harsh on it because they've booked AJ Styles pretty well. Minus the James Ellsworth thing in between, which I thought was kind of foolish. It kind of went on a little bit longer than it should have. AJ Styles has been a good champion, and he's had a pretty decent run with it. His book wasn't horrible. His book as champion wasn't horrible like, say, Seth Rollins' first run as WWE champion 2 years ago. So, the booking of Styles has been good. That promo last week on Smack, or this past week on SmackDown between Cena and John, good promo work, but not the best. Thing coming out of it, making AJ Styles look pretty weak. But at the end of the day, like I said, Johnson's getting his 16th win. You knew, like I said again in my prediction video, I said whether it was at the Elimination Chamber or the Rumble, John was getting his Sweet 16. It was gonna happen. So, despite the outcome of the match, it was a good match, and it took a lot for John Cena to put him away. So, it is what it is there. Then we get on to the actual Royal Rumble match itself. What I will say was really surprising about this match, this year's Royal Rumble, all the matches in succession were title matches. Women's, Universal, Cruiserweight, WWE, and then you get the Rumble match. I was really surprised. I don't think we've had a match, a pay-per-view that I can think of where like you just go from title match to title match to title match to title match. Obviously, you could get away with it the Royal Rumble because the Rumble match itself is the main event, is the draw. As far as the Royal Rumble, a lot of people were complaining about this. I honestly, personally, again, I enjoyed the Rumble match. I thought it was a good match. Now, there were some disappointments. I think a lot of people expected two things. A lot of people wanted surprise entries, big returns, big debuts, and that's what I think people were looking forward to. And this is just me personally. I'm all fine and dandy with like return entrances or a surprise, a little nostalgia. But if you're having like 10 spots all being taken up by guys that are on the current roster, I don't really like it that much. I'm sorry. I can't remember the year it wasn't exactly, but I remember there was a Royal Rumble. It was either 2012, 2013. I can't remember. I have to go back in my video history and look because I did mention it. But there was a Royal Rumble going back at least maybe 3 or 4 years ago where a good chunk of the entries were just nothing but nostalgia people, part-timers, people from, we hadn't seen in over a decade, coming back for an entry, and you rarely had like your current guys in that Rumble match. So I can't really complain about it not being a lot of interest. And on top of that too, I know a lot of people want a lot of surprise entrance or whatever. But honestly, I'm going to say you're surprised, but your main attraction was the Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, Undertaker. Those were your 3 special attractions that WWE have been building towards the Royal Rumble match itself. That's what you got. And to me, that wasn't bad. I'd rather have those three main special attractions than those special attractions and a bunch of meaningless, nostalgic Royal Rumble entries or surprise entries. It would be okay every once in a while, but if you have about 8 or 10 spots taken up, by surprise entrances, it does nothing for me personally. So Goldberg, Brock, and Undertaker, those guys were the special attraction for that match. And I think really when you have that, I really don't think you need any surprise entrances. I understand about the need of wanting a Samoa Joe. I was kind of hoping Samoa Joe would make his debut, but again, can't really complain. Joe can debut tonight on Raw for all we know. We don't know, especially if there's word of him having a match at WrestleMania. We've got some time. Let's see what else. Kurt Angle. I know a lot of people. Kurt Angle said past Monday night on Raw. That wasn't not on Raw, but Monday he had an interview. He said he would not be in the Royal Rumble. Scratch that. So I knew he wasn't coming. Kenny Omega said Monday or Tuesday he wasn't going to be in the Rumble. He resigned with New Japan. So again, I don't know why. But let's get to the Rumble match itself. I thought this match was enjoyable. I thought there was some good, cool, fun spots. Braun Strowman was booked strong. He lifted Big Show. When Big Show kind of like scooped him up and kind of like Big Show kind of, got put a little off into it. Braun Strowman picked up Big Show with a scoop like it was nothing, like with little effort. He just I'm sure Big Show probably kind of helped him out a little bit, but Braun just scooped him up with little effort. Braun Strowman was made to look out to be a pretty strong monster. I definitely think Braun Strowman is going to be one of the key breakout stars. I don't want to say breakout stars, but one of the key next big stars that WWE are going to be, investing in throughout this year of 2017. Another one being Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin did pretty well in the ring. He was the one that eliminated Braun Strowman with some help from Zayn and I think someone else. But he was the one that tossed him over the rope. He got a nice pop. He looked pretty good in the ring. Brock Lesnar came out, dominated, destroyed everyone. Then we got Goldberg. And so really surprised, a lot of people were chanting Goldberg. Even before Goldberg even came out, like 2 or 3 entrances before, people were chanting Goldberg, Goldberg. Goldberg comes out. Goldberg spears Brock and just tosses him out the ring like it was nothing. I mean, once again, basically a repeat of Survivor Series. He thought nothing of Brock and just tossed him out. And Brock just looked shocked, like, are you serious? This dude he did it again. He tossed like it was nothing. So you got to figure there's going to be something there going on with those two. That's going to continue. Then we got Undertaker. Undertaker comes after Goldberg, and the crowd eats it up. It was a cool moment seeing Goldberg and Undertaker. Goldberg and Undertaker had their little stare down. Goldberg spears Undertaker. Undertaker eventually ends up eliminating Goldberg. Goldberg gets pissed off. I would like to see Goldberg a little bit longer in the Rumble match. But it is what it is. He also got a jackhammer on Sami Zayn, so that was also cool to see. We get down to the last entry, number 30, and oh boy, were the wrestling fans in the Antonio Dome, not only the fans in attendance, but even the wrestling fans that I was online, the Facebook forums and everything, were pissed. Roman Reigns comes out as entry number 30. And because of him coming in at number 30, I've seen some reviews of people online, YouTube, Facebook. Everyone says Royal Rumble horrible. I have not heard anybody complain about and I was watching reviews because I watch people's reactions. And, I look on, social media just to kind of see where people are at as the pay-per-view airs, and as I'm watching it live as well. And I really didn't hear anybody complain about the Royal Rumble. Everyone's kind of saying it's okay or this. It was not until Roman Reigns came in and he started to dominate a little bit, and he came in at number 30. People were like, "This Rumble sucks. This Rumble is horrible. This is the worst Royal Rumble pay-per-view of all time. It sucks." And I'm just like, wow. I couldn't help but laugh. I was shocked that the 30 entrance was Roman, and I was kind of saying to myself, why would Roman be in the Rumble match when he was just in a world title match earlier in the night? If that was the case, hell, AJ Styles should have been eligible to be in the Royal Rumble if Roman was going to be put in it. But I was laughing because WWE was giving like an FU basically to the fans. I think they probably knew that everyone wanted a Samoa Joe, but instead they ended up getting a different Samoan, but wasn't the Samoan that they wanted. They ended up getting Roman Reigns instead at that number 30 spot. Say what you will if that's I don't know if that's really good. Obviously, it doesn't do any favors for Roman, but I couldn't help but laugh. I'm like, WWE just trolled the fans like hardcore, just to stick it to them a little bit. I thought that was hilarious. Anyway, Roman eliminates Undertaker. Undertaker and Roman kind of have like this stare down. I'm wondering if that's going to be you got to figure it's going to be a Rumble match. That's definitely going to be a Rumble match for sure. They get down to the last three: Orton, Bray, and Roman. Roman eliminates Bray. Orton RKO's Roman with a failed spear attempt, throws him out the ring. Randy Orton, Royal Rumble winner for a second time. I'm okay with this. I'm not jumping out of my seat, but I'm not like red hot mad about it, because if it looks like they're going to go in the directions of what what's been leaked from Dave Meltzer, which is Orton and Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. I kind of be fine with that. I'll do a separate video to talk about this in detail. But Orton wins the Royal Rumble. We'll see where it goes from here. So, what are you guys' thoughts in the box below? Comment, subscribe. Peace.